And a very good evening to everyone. Hope that you're doing well. I wanted to jump on here on several platforms live. That's right, live from the DMV. It is 8:22 p.m. and want to touch on a couple things because I'm telling you, once we got this trademark for the Adventures of Darren and Destiny children's book series, I'm excited. We are approaching 600 books out the door. That's right. That's right. Since we went live with this, people have been buying these books. And, well, here, wrong side. And I have done something really special with this. I've actually been signing the books. And so that has been something that has been keeping me busy, to say the least. But I want to thank everybody who has picked up one of the bundles. We are doing a blowout special offer because, and I'm going to tell you why, how all of this came about, why I believe it is so important for our children to have these books. That's why people are ordering multiple bundles because they recognize the importance of it. These are not just children's books. These are not just, just little children's books. Oh, little so-and-so. But these books were, and the whole series has been written with intention. And when I say intention, meaning that one, to tell stories, but to also change narratives. And so what you see here, this is one of the pages, but you see some of the other books that are coming down the pike. And when I say that, meaning you have Ghana, Tanzania, Zanzibar, conquering Kilimanjaro, Ethiopia is coming down the pike. That's on the way. And we also have Togo, Benin, Sierra Leone, Salvador, Brazil. My trip to Nigeria is going to be in there. My trip to Egypt. So we're going to be having books really pretty much anywhere I've gone. But I'm gonna tell you why I decided to become a children's book author. I had no intentions on it, and it was at the beginning of 2020, right before all the I don't know if I want to say the word because the algorithm might pick up something, and y'all know how this stuff goes. But y'all know what's been affecting us for the past 2 years. And I was at a conference, and a lady by the name of Crystal Swain Bates, she's a very popular children's book author. She was doing a talk, and she talked about children's books and how her children's books, how many she had sold and how they'd been reaching so many people. And she was just really doing a talk on the importance of children's books. And I never thought about it. And I remember sitting in the session saying to myself, wow, the adventures of Darren and Destiny. And when I said, you know what, I'm gonna write a children's book, and I'm gonna, get it illustrated and do all these different things, and I said I'll start with my first country, which was Ghana, and started the process. And little did I realize what was going to happen, and that's what I'm saying. When every time I'm seeing these books go out and reach people, it tells me that my trips are just not me going and traveling just for the sake of traveling and taking pictures and showing, but now it's multi-layered because people who follow my journeys, throughout the continent, they're able to see the videos and the pictures and everything. But now I'm able to bring it to life in a different way by way of the books, by way of the animations. And but here's why I decided to become a children's book author, because I understood the power of influencing a child from a young age. And I remember when I was in first grade and they gave us do I have it around here somewhere? I think I still have Worldly Wise. I think I still have my where is it? Hold on. Let me see. I got it floating around here somewhere. But it's this thing called Worldly Wise. And I had it in the first grade, and I remember it. And I remember my handwriting when I was in the first grade. And I remember, the different books that I would have as a child and how they influenced me. But then I didn't see books like this. I never saw books like The Adventures of Darren and Destiny. It was always some sort of book that had a different kind of twist, a European twist to it, some sort of twinge or something else. And I never saw people, and I know books were out back then like that, don't get me wrong, but I never saw people who look like me in the books. And so when I thought about that, and I thought about how misinformed, I never saw little brown children traveling on a plane. It would either be, you never saw this type of picture. And I'm just saying, maybe there were some books that just didn't cross my path. It wasn't in my circles. It wasn't in the curriculums that I was taught. And the exploration in these types of images, like, wow, I wonder what that's like. When it came to Africa, when I was growing up, it was always something negative. It was a negative vibe. It was always poverty, somebody going over there helping the poor people out. You didn't see people like a family like this getting on a plane, one, having the resources to get on the plane and go travel all the way across the world and do it multiple times, so what I recognized is that it is vitally important for us. I'm not waiting for Hollywood to come in and give me permission to do anything. Well, can you get permission to do such and such? I'm not waiting for any of these people to come in and do this. I said, well, I'm going to do it myself. And so by doing it myself, what it has done is just created a whole new space, a whole new lane that I didn't see. And so, again, as we're approaching 600 books, the bundle ends tomorrow. So that's why if you're interested, you want to go ahead and do that now, because it ends tomorrow. And we want to do that to give people enough time, if they're looking to give it as a gift over the next week and a half or so, to give it enough time to get there. But nevertheless, the books are available anytime. And so you can see right there, bit.ly, Darren and Destiny bundle. But again, I recognize that I have a story to tell, so let me go ahead and tell this story. And this is just another resource for all children of all ethnicities, because just like we were force-fed the books with everybody else and the peanuts and all of them, I think you had one little brown dude in there. But I recognize that this now becomes a part of the cultural narrative, changing the perception of Africa, education. A lot of people ask me what age ranges from. Age is 4+, but I'm telling you who's learning a lot. These adults. Adults are learning a lot out of these children's books. And I wrote it like that too. It's kind of like I'm writing this for the children. However, I want the parents to get some nuggets, and that was accomplished. Also seeing a family traveling, and again, having the resources. They're not struggling. They're not sitting up here, family traveling and flying nice. Again, when we were growing up, we had Dallas. They did whatever they wanted to do. Knots Landing. They did what's the other one? Dynasty. You don't have to watch Dynasty. You remember that Dynasty? They did whatever they wanted to do. And so, but when I was growing up, the narrative, you had Good Times, people struggling. Then you had the Jefferson, so he finally moved on up to a deluxe apartment in the sky high. But it was like a struggle, and that was the narrative. When in actuality, there were very wealthy people during that time who had melanin in their skin. So that it could have been easily told about the people who were succeeding, but instead it was, and when I say this, meaning, George Jefferson did succeed. I'm saying he was someone who did indeed succeed, but I'm just saying it was always some sort of struggle or some sort of lower income, and not that income matters, but just, I'm saying, narratives and identity. And so when you begin to see people who have means and resources and able to go travel, it just kind of helps you show up differently in the world. And hopefully what it'll do was encourage children to want to explore and travel and not be afraid of the continent of Africa, and be able to see it differently. And so how we play a part in it is that we put it in their hands and we educate them. And that's how we get, like, people are getting bundles for schools and churches and all of that. I saw one person got like 4 bundles for the grandchildren. One person was like, listen, I got 11 grandchildren. I need to figure out how I'm going to do this. And so they were able to make a decision on getting enough bundles where each child could get a book. And the wonderful part about it, with this special, all the books get signed. That's the part that's really cool. So anyway, that's what I wanted to share tonight. And all you got to do, right there on the screen, you can see bit.ly Darren and Destiny bundle. All of this, again, this is why I decided to become a children's book author. Got me writing jingles, has me writing, even though I am a playwright, but it has me even writing productions about the adventures of Darren and Destiny, where we take them We go to different destinations, and you see the dances, and you see it's really a fascinating. It's going to be a fascinating production. And shout out to Christine Sam, who's going to be handling all the choreography and her dance company for His Glory. So they're going to be handling all of that for us, and I'm looking forward to them being a part of it. So anyway, that's all I had for tonight. You can get the bundles. You can see everything that's happening with the Adventures of Darren and Destiny. Here is the jingle. Here is the theme that I proudly wrote. I have some other jingles and songs and themes that you'll hear that I wrote that'll be a part of this production as well. But go ahead and get those bundles. That's right, bundles with an S, and share the gift of knowledge, the priceless gift of knowledge this year, and it will last many, many years into the future. All right, talk to you soon.
Open up your eyes and see all the fun and mystery.